Hi guys, Arnold Broad here again with another news update on men's sexual health. In this news story, we'll be talking about some natural cures for impotence. If you'd like to see other news stories and videos about men's sexual health, just visit my channel by clicking on the arrow or on the link in the description below this video. Now, it's estimated that approximately 30 million men in the United States are affected with erectile dysfunction, and about half of the men 75 years or older experience erectile dysfunction. Obviously, a lot of guys. I mean, that's just a lot. There's a number of treatments for erectile dysfunction. The most common is a pharmacological medication, and that's a fancy way of saying Viagra, Levitra, Cialis, all those ones you see on TV. But those don't work for everybody, and some of the more drastic measures are vacuum pumps, penile implants, and surgery. But we're finding that many men prefer some natural options if they can figure out a way to not even have to take Viagra, but some natural methods to combat erectile dysfunction. And the first one we want to talk about today is something called rhodiola. Rhodiola is a Chinese herb. It's what's called an adaptogen. It's like ginseng, which is another adaptogen, and it's great for mild fatigue to chronic fatigue. And what they've seen here is that in a very, very small study, 26 out of 35 men given 150 to 200 megs a day of rhodiola experienced substantial improvement in sexual function. That's great. I mean, it's certainly worth a try. I've tried rhodiola for fatigue, and I bought it in powder bulk because it's much less expensive than buying it in pre-capsule form. My advice, don't do that. It tastes horrible. Get the capsules if you want to try it. The next is something called DHEA. DHEA is a hormone precursor for testosterone and estrogen. And what they found in a study was that men with ED were more likely to have low levels of DHEA. And from what I've read and seen, probably it's true for all men. They're just not getting the ED symptoms, but probably most men are low in DHEA. They did another very small study. 40 men with ED were given 50 meg of DHEA, and those receiving DHEA were more likely to achieve and maintain an erection. So it's certainly another good thing to try. L-Arginine, and I've talked about L-Arginine in a number of videos that I've made, and what we've seen is that 31% of men with ED taking 5 grams of L-Arginine a day experience significant improvement in sexual function. 5 grams a day is a good dose of L-Arginine, and I have a better way of taking it, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. But L-Arginine generally comes in big pills of half a gram apiece, so you're taking 10 of those a day, and it's not pleasant. They're really large pills. But another study that I didn't know about at all was L-Arginine combined with pycnogenol produced or restored sexual ability in 80% of participants after 2 months and 92% of participants after 3 months. Those are great numbers. Pycnogenol is something called European pine bark. However, pycnogenol is a proprietary manufacture of this pine bark. You can get European pine bark much less expensive than pycnogenol, but I don't know if it works as well, and I don't think it does. Pycnogenol, you can get it at natural health food stores. Worth a try. Those are pretty startling numbers at 80% and 92% L-Arginine and pycnogenol. But again, taking the L-Arginine tablets are not that pleasant. L-Arginine produces nitric oxide. That's its claim to fame. And I have a great video on nitric oxide therapy and how that helps with cardiovascular issues, erectile dysfunction, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. If you want to see that, just follow the arrow or click on the arrow, or you can click on the link to that video in the description below the video. If you have any questions about nitric oxide therapy and how to utilize L-Arginine for nitric oxide therapy, just give me a call, 609-410-4790. That number is also in the description below this video. The information for this video came from healthline.com. You can see that link in the description below this video. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day, and here's to your good health.